guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video we're going to be watching some replays of this pro Logbait player. So he actually pushed to top 10, I just noticed, but these are his games that got him to top 20 yesterday. So let's jump right into the first replay. By the way guys, Ko just recently started his own YouTube channel, so definitely go ahead and check him out. I'm gonna drop a link to his channel in the description of this video. He's playing on a bit of an interesting Logbait deck. He's got the Inferno Tower, he's got the Evo Knight, Evo Barrel, then he's got the Goblin Gang too, but he runs the Royal Delivery instead of a Spirit, which is pretty interesting. It's kind of similar to the deck I made a video about just a few videos ago with the Tesla Royal Delivery, but the difference is that Ko has decided to run the Royal Delivery with the Goblin Gang instead of as a replacement for the Goblin Gang. So I'm interested to see how this deck works out. It might be pretty decent in the meta against the champion for one. And also I think the Inferno Tower delivery combination is actually quite strong. So he decides to go for a rocket on the Hog Rider since he didn't have the Inferno Tower in cycle. Always a good play as long as you try to avoid being down too much elixir, but he's still fine here. He's only down about half an elixir, so kind of a tricky matchup here. Hog EQ, I think. Again, going against both the champion and the firecracker, that could be a bit tough. He goes for a Princess to Bridge. Easy way to get damage. He gets 246 damage every time. And he gets a counter push with that gang. He's gonna force out the skellies here. But look at this, the chip from the spear goblins. He's getting a lot of chip damage. Unfortunately, the champion did go on the Inferno Tower to reset it, but he's only gonna get one hit with the big guy. The unfortunate thing here is that he needs to rocket the Hog Rider once again, and as you see now, he's down about 4.5 elixir. So not the best position to be in, but double elixir is gonna hit in just a second, so he'll probably be fine. I think his delivery might be nice in double and later in triple as well, when the opponent starts building up pushes with, like, you know, when he starts stacking firecrackers behind the Hog Rider. That delivery might come in handy. Okay, good read from Maquinhos deciding not to log the barrel, recognizing that it was in the back and the firecracker would take it out. He needs to log the Evo Skellies here and gang on the champion, to make sure that he doesn't take any damage. Deliver on the Hog Rider, and that's a pretty clean defense for no damage. Firecracker cleans up everything. He goes for a barrel, but the opponent just logs it. The good thing now is that he's got damage in both lanes, and he's got Evo Barrel coming up, I think. He should have Evo Barrel coming up, so that could make for quite a nice situation for him. He just needs to be careful of the Evo Firecracker. He goes for an Inferno Tower. Yeah, that's the thing about this Hog-EQ matchup. Oftentimes he needs to play the Inferno Tower, well, pretty much every time. He needs to go for the Inferno Tower on the champion, and then he can't log the Inferno Tower on the Hog Rider. Really nice Evo Barrel here. He's gonna get a lot of damage, especially with the Princess chip too. So he's actually in the lead by 1,000 right now. He just needs to be careful of this Hog Rider. He goes for Night Log, and with the King Turret, that's gonna be a very nice defense. So well played here. Forces out the mini pack on defense. That's nice, since it's pretty much gonna die to the Goblin Gang. Once again, the opponent does have both of his Evos in hand, so he does need to be a little bit careful. He just goes for the Inferno Tower on the Hog Rider with nice and clean defense. I think the only thing he needs to worry about at this point is making sure he doesn't choke to an Evo Firecracker, and also just in general trying to prevent the opponent from getting a 3-card cycle up with the champion, because when they get the 3-card cycle down, that's when you're gonna be in trouble, because they can cycle so many Hog EQs that it can just completely overwhelm you. So he's gonna be looking to get the champion off the board as soon as possible. He just goes for the Inferno Tower against the Hog Rider. That's still going to be a nice defense, but as you'll see, the opponent's already back to another Hog Rider, and Ko isn't even close to getting back to his Inferno Tower. So once again, he just goes for a rocket on the Hog Rider, and he is looking good once again. He might even get another Princess shot here. Unfortunately, he doesn't. But it's fine, he just needs to keep up the pressure a little bit so that the opponent can't, once again, you know, just spam the hog EQs, and then he just needs one more rocket to take the win. 14 seconds left, 13, 12, 11. He just needs to defend this hog rider with the Infernal Tower, and then I don't think he really needs another rocket. No, he's fine here. But he does get the rocket down, and that's gonna be GG to go for the first match. Really nice win from him here. So yeah, let's jump into the next game. The second match is against Sandbox, who's actually a pro player. He's had an account in the top 10, or multiple accounts in the top 10 pretty much all season. So let's see how this game plays out. I think having the delivery in this match, as you can see, Sandbox is going to be running Mortar bait with arrows and cannon cart. I think having the delivery in this match can be quite valuable, as long as you can get to the right cycle, because the opponent has the Evo bats, and they're pretty much the worst part about this matchup from a Logbait perspective. So having the delivery for those would be really nice. And also having a second spell for like the other bait aspects, like the Goblin Gang and the Skeleton King and stuff like that. He just goes for an Infernal Tower on the Mortar here. That's fine. The opponent doesn't have anything to block with it. He doesn't have bats in cycle, and he can go for a Princess with it too, forcing out the arrows. So all in all, pretty great start here. They're even on Elixir, and he's up a quick 1200 damage because of the Cannoneer Tower. Looking good so far. I'm curious to see what he's going to do now. He might just split gang in the back. Okay, he goes for a gang in the back to prevent any miners. He could have also played at the cycle that delivery to make sure that his delivery was aligned with the bats, with the cycle of the bats of the opponent. He decides to go for a delivery here on the cannon cart. Interesting. Because what's he going to do for the Mortar now? Is he going to Infernal Tower too? That's a lot of Elixir. I don't think that was the greatest response to that Mortar. Since he had to play Knight, Delivery, and Infernal Tower, that's 11 Elixir. He does go in for a pretty nice Princess here, forcing out arrows once again, and he does have his Evo barrel in cycle right now. He might just go for it in the back now. Okay, he goes for it. A gang at the bridge instead, forcing out the cannon cart. I guess he didn't want the opponent to go for a cannon cart behind the Skelly King. But yeah, look at this delivery value. It gets a ton of value on the left against the Skelly King and the Evo bats, and he can just rocket the Evo Mortar and the cannon cart. That's kind of something you want to do in pretty much every time when facing Evo Mortar. You just want to go for the rocket on it. You just need to be aware of the fact that you most of the time, well, pretty much all the time, you need to make sure that you have a tank down for the Evo Mortar, because it shoots significantly faster than the regular one, even after the nerf. So you need to get a tank down, and then you just need to rocket it straight away, because it can put you in so much trouble if you don't. And if it gets a single lock on, it's just going to get easily 1,000, 2,000 damage. Nice log here on the Skelly King, and then he just goes for a Knight. He might just deliver on these bats. Okay, he goes Princess instead. Then he can get a nice Infernal Tower here. So yeah, the opponent is kind of having trouble breaking through, and I think the delivery is a key aspect in that. The opponent goes for a gang into the Infernal Tower. That's fine. He can just log all that away, and then he can go for an Evo Knight to tank for everything. Or a delivery even. Is he going to go for the delivery too? Okay, no, he just goes for the Princess. He might deliver now that the opponent went for the ability. He just goes gang instead, and then he goes for the delivery. Nice delivery on the Ice Wizard too. Now he just needs to be careful of the Evo bats here. Very good Knight to reset the Miner. Kind of bad arrows by Sandbox in my opinion. However, those Spear Goblins are going to be quite annoying. They just got like 700 damage. It's not a big deal though. I mean, Ko is still up a ton of damage. He even goes for a rocket on the Skelly King, which I think he can definitely get away now that it's triple elixir. He just sets up with an Inferno Tower in the middle. I think Inferno Tower in the middle in these type of matchups can be quite good. Just making sure that you have a tank down for all the mortars and making it so that he needs to miner on the outside of the tower, because as you see in the back or on the left or the front, the Inferno Tower will just help clean up the miner. So nice barrel there, forcing out the Evo Bats on defense and even getting 3 hits too. He might just rocket everything here. Okay, he decides to go for a delivery instead, which as you see, I think highlights sort of the value that you can actually obtain with the Royal delivery. He just killed so much stuff. But yeah, so nice win here for Ko. GG's, and let's jump right into the third match. The third match will be against this guy Storm, who runs, I think it's Face Control's deck, if you guys know who that is. He's an old player who played this minor minion horde bait deck. I don't think he's got the Goblin Barrel, but he's got minor minion horde, Princess Gang, and then he's got the Inferno Tower as well, so it's like just bait, but with minor minion horde in it. It's super interesting. I think it's kind of a fun deck. I think it's super cool that he actually makes the minion horde work. Especially at top ladder, like this is at least top 50 right now, and I think he's consistently pretty high with his deck. So Ko actually goes for an Inferno Tower here to take care of both sides. I think that just goes to show that Ko really wants to use the delivery on the minion horde and not really anything else. So I don't think we'll be seeing Ko playing the delivery on a gang or a miner or a princess or stuff like that. I think he's going to save it for the minion horde every single time. Because especially when he doesn't have a spirit, like he doesn't have any good response for the minion horde. I will say that's a pretty good princess from Storm here. He might deliver this actually. Yeah, he does. But then good Evo wall breakers from the opponent. But yeah, before that was a very nice princess along with the miner predicting the goblin gang. So that puts Ko in a bit of an unfortunate situation because the opponent has minion horde in cycle, miner up next. I think Ko needs to rocket this minion horde. Oh, he doesn't rocket this? Okay, he might be in a bit of trouble. Okay, he's taking some damage here. Good log on the princess, but the spirit goblins actually kind of saved him there. He needs to deliver again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a bit tired. I pretty much just woke up. I woke up a bit early today because I had to celebrate, because we were celebrating my little sister's birthday this morning. So I had to wake up a bit earlier than regular. So he goes for a rocket on the minion horde here, which is good because he needs to fix his cycle so that he can have the delivery for the minion horde. And that way he can just play princesses in the back, defend with knight delivery, Inferno Tower, whatever he needs. Go for barrels whenever the log is out. So pretty much just play defense all game. The opponent doesn't have a big spell, so as long as he gets into the right cycle. Once again, you'll see him rocketing the minion horde, simply just to get it off the board immediately. Kind of a bit of a mistake here that he actually missed 2 minions, but it's not a big deal. The spirit goblins will take them out. I was kind of expecting him to go for a barrel and then a pre-log, since the opponent didn't have, what's it called? Didn't have login cycle, but he actually didn't. I don't know, this game is kind of tense, I feel like, because Ko's cycle still isn't good, because he keeps having to use the roll delivery on other stuff than the minion horde. Nice Evo barrel here, might get some pretty nice value. He doesn't get any damage on the left, but look at the right side. Oh my god, they are going in on the right side. Wait, that's actually rocket log range. You can just let those wall breakers go if he wants to. Good delivery though, not taking any chances. He just needs to be careful with the minion horde here in the last seconds, but he's going to rocket and then he's going to log. And that's going to be a very nice win for Ko, so GG's to this guy as well. The fourth match here will be a rematch against Sandbox. However, this time he's going to be running Giant Graveyard. That could be quite a difficult matchup because this Sandbox has got the Evo Bats along with the Giant Graveyard Arrow Snowball combo. I think, however, once again, the delivery might come in pretty handy here against primarily the Bats and then the Graveyard too, because arrows won't really do much against the delivery. So he has more options to defend the graveyard this way. Gang, delivery, and log, which could be quite nice. He's just going to set up with an early Inferno Tower here. He's looking fine so far because the opponent doesn't have bats in cycle. He does, however, go for the champion in front. Kind of curious to what's going to happen here. The opponent might use the ability to take out the Inferno Tower, but it also might be a bit aggressive, so he just lets it go. Place a barrel, the opponent places the arrows on it. Knight will take out the champion unless the opponent does something here, so it's going to be a pretty decent start for Ko. Goes for a Princess the Bridge, the Sandbox just goes for a Bomber, and for some reason he goes for a Graveyard too. I think that's a terrible Graveyard if I'm being honest. The Snowball does force out the delivery, but still, I mean, what was the point of that Graveyard? I guess now the opponent knows that he's got delivery, but won't really make the biggest difference. He could go in for a barrel here, force out either arrows or guards. He forces out the arrows, but then the opponent needs to guards on the princess. He's going to get 2 shots, which is pretty nice amount of damage. Oh, he's actually down a ton of elixir. That's a very nice champion from the opponent. Ko pretty much has nothing for it. Forces out the slightly early ability here, but that's still going to be a lot of damage. He does make it so that he's actually got, Ko actually has a very, very nice counter push here with the Evo Knight. Forces out a defensive giant, and then he goes for an Evo barrel. I think this is a mistake on Ko's part. He should have played the real barrel on the left, since the right one was being tanked for. But maybe he was thinking if he snowballed, then it would die. So I'm guessing he was thinking that he didn't want the snowball to fully kill the barrel on the right either. So it kind of makes sense. Goes for a rocket here on the champion. I think that makes sense as well. Taking away the 3-card cycle and also making sure that he can't get an ability down. He goes for a knight on the graveyard, and then he's probably going to log a bit late, and then he's going to get a second Inferno Tower down. He needs to gang as well for the bats. He's going to take some damage here, but I think overall he's still going to be looking pretty decent. Still ahead by 400. The opponent goes for a champion here. He can't rocket that though, but the green guy should die to all of this stuff, so... Wait, that green guy might actually have been on tower. Okay, just barely not. Kind of lucky that it wasn't on tower. Goes for a low Inferno Tower. Very nice placement from Ko, making sure that the opponent can't play bats. And then he goes for a very nice delivery as well on top of the bomber and the champion. Wow, that graveyard went crazy. He even gave the laughing emote because it got so much damage out of nowhere. Nice barrel here, and I like the princess at the bridge too. He gets 1 hit and forces at the arrows. He's got a princess coming down on the left, at the bridge on the left lane, which the opponent does need to play something on, either the champion or the snowball. I think that's a bad champion. He can go delivery on the Evo bats here. He didn't even need it since the princess splashed most of it, but okay, terrible guards by the opponent on the right side. He can go for a really nice Evo barrel here. I'm thinking the opponent is going to have trouble defending this. Yeah, look at the right side. Not much he could do. He was going to lose both of his towers. So yeah, pretty nice comeback here for Ko in the final match against Giant Graveyard. Overall, some great games from this guy. He's a really great guy, and he's, I think, one of the best Logbait players in the world currently. He finished top 15 a while back, 2 months ago or something. So yeah, in general, just great guy. And by the way, guys, he's starting a YouTube channel very soon. It will be out when I post this video. So I'm going to link his YouTube channel in the description. So please do check him out. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.